Ranking every star in Super Mario 64. These stars will be ranked from worst to best. They will be judged based on challenge, uniqueness, creativity, charm, and most importantly, how fun they are to collect. Each star will also be given a score from 1 to 5, so that we can determine which world has the best stars at the end of the rankings. Finally, this list is based on my own personal opinions, so there may be a few hot takes lurking within here. Ready? Toad in the basement. Talk to the toad in the basement and he gives you a star. Yeah, that's it. Kinda have to put this star at the bottom of the list just for how simple it is. Toad on the second floor. Talk to the toad on the second floor and he gives you a star. I mean, alright, but there better not be another star like this. Toad on the third floor. These toads need to blast away the wall. Use the cannon to blast away this part of the wall, which will reveal the star. This star is ranked so low because it's not obvious which part of the wall you're supposed to blast, so you could spend a lot of wasted time figuring that out. It's also not that fun of a star to get anyway. Eye to eye in the secret room. Head upstairs in the mansion, grab the vanish cap, perform a tricky wall jump to the door above, run through the Boo portrait, and then run around the giant eyeball to get the star. It doesn't sound too bad, but the problem with this star is the time limit on the vanish cap. You can only run through the Boo portrait when you have the vanish cap, and trying to perform that tricky wall jump flawlessly to make it to the portrait in time with the cap is incredibly difficult. The difficulty trying to obtain this star just makes this star more of a hassle to collect than a fun star to collect. Big Boo's balcony. This star starts off quite similar to the last star. Perform that painful, annoying wall jump, thankfully without a time limit, go through the door and make your way to the balcony. Fight the Big Boo, then grab the star on the balcony. Why is it on the roof? I don't understand why the star doesn't just stay on the balcony and instead decides to jump onto the roof. This leads to you having to carefully platform your way up to the roof, and you better be careful and hope you don't fall off because it's a massive pain to get back up on the balcony if you do fall off. The Manta Rays reward. Swim through 5 of the Manta Rays hoops in a row and then the star will appear. This star is ranked pretty low as trying to collect this star is way more painful than it needs to be. I think this is due to the game's camera, as most of the time it looks like you are going through the hoops when really you're not, which makes this star very frustrating to collect. Through the jet stream. Swim through 5 of the hoops in a row and then the star will appear within the jet stream. Grab the metal cap to stand on the jet stream and get the star. This star suffers from the same problems as the last star, so this star ain't that fun to collect. Not much else to say here. Alright, onto the 2-star stars. Oh yes, cause that makes sense. We kick off this section with the coin stars. For these stars, you have to collect 100 coins within a level and your reward for doing so will be that level's coin star. I'm not a big fan of these type of stars at all, as these stars just feel like unnecessary filler within the game, and they aren't fun to collect at all. To give credit to Mario 64, at least you don't have to collect every coin within a level to receive that level's coin star. If that was the case, then these stars would have been a nightmare to try and gather, and I would have ranked this set of stars as the worst in the game. Yes, even below the Toad stars. For the coin stars, I'm going to rank them very quickly from the most painful stars to the least painful ones to collect. So here we go. Snowman's Land, 100 coins. Tiny Huge Island, 100 coins. Hazy Maze Cave, 100 coins. Shifting Sand Land, 100 coins. Dire Docks, 100 coins. Rainbow Ride, 100 coins. Tick Tock Clock, 100 coins. Lethal Lava Land, 100 coins. Bob-Omp Battlefield, 100 coins. Jolly Roger Bay, 100 coins. Big Boo's Haunts, 100 coins. Wet Dry World, 100 coins. Womp's Fortress, 100 coins. Tall Mountain, 100 coins. And finally, Cool Mountain, 100 coins. Whirl from the freezing pond. Jump onto this enemy so you can whirl yourself over the brick wall and hit the yellow block to reveal the star. The annoying thing about this star is that the enemies don't respawn, so if you jump on the enemy but don't get over the brick wall, you'll be forced to quit the level and restart, which is a massive pain. Into the igloo. Jump on the enemies to get over the brick wall again, then grab the shell in the yellow box to get to the igloo. Once inside the igloo, navigate the maze to the vanish cap so you can grab the star inside the frozen block. Once again, if you fail to make the jump over the wall, or if you accidentally lose the shell by crashing into something, then you will be forced to restart the level. Or that's what you might think, because you can actually get to the igloo without using the shell. It just takes some careful precision when falling down here, and you've made it to the igloo. This obviously isn't the intended way, but the fact you can get this star without having to restart the level makes this better than the previous star. fall onto the caged island. So what you are supposed to do is climb a tree to reveal an owl you can hop onto, which will take you to the star. However, what I ended up doing was using the cannon to shoot Mario up to the star. Both ways work, but the owl way is much easier. Kind of annoying that it's not like a little more obvious you can get the star with the owl, as if it was, I would have ranked the star higher up in the list. Now we are coming up to our next set of stars, the red coin stars. For these stars, you have to find 8 red coins within the level, and then a star will appear in the level for you to grab. Most of the red coin stars are pretty fun, but others are way more tedious and painful to try and collect. This part of the list will feature the painful red coin stars to collect. We will come back to the more fun ones later on in this list. Alright, let's breeze through these stars. Frosty Slide for 8 red coins. These coins are hidden way too well, and it's a pain to traverse through the level trying to find them. Elevate for 8 red coins. You have to use the work elevator to reach these coins, which is slow and annoying. Free Flying for 8 red coins. Half of the red coins here are okay to collect, but the other half are more painful and require Wing Cap Mario to collect. Pole jumping for red coins. You need to jump from pole to pole to gather these red coins, and it's just as tedious as you think it would be. The Secret Aquarium. Okay, to be honest, these red coins aren't a pain to collect at all, but it's way too easy and it feels more like a chore than a fun challenge. Shell Shredding for 8 red coins. It's actually quite fun to use the shell to gather the red coins, but if you lose that shell, you will have to restart the level, since there is only one shell here. Watch for the falling rocks. Wall jump in this area where the rolling rocks are to reach the platform where the star is hidden. This seems like quite a weird place to randomly wall jump to find a star, but when you first enter this room, you get a glimpse of where the star is hidden, which is good because otherwise this star would be way too difficult to find. Mip's Bunny Chase. Find the bunny in the basement and catch the bunny to retrieve the star. It's a little bit more of an effort than just talking to a toad in the castle for the star, and the bunny is cute. Mip's Bunny Chase again. It's the exact same as the last star. I don't know why you have to do this twice. Pyramid puzzle. Go inside the pyramid, climb to the top, and then drop down to some platforms to grab some coins. Then follow the sand river to gather 2 more coins, which will then make a star appear at the end of the sand river for you to collect. Climbing the pyramid is fun, but traversing through the sand river is really slow and not fun, which is why this star is ranked so low. There is another star which involves climbing up this pyramid, which is much better, as it doesn't involve going through any sand rivers, so we will return to this star later on. In the deep freeze. Go into this block of ice and find a pathway through the holes to reach the star. I think the idea here is quite creative and cool, but unfortunately the camera in this game makes this star more painful to collect than it needs to be. Red hot log rolling. Make your way to this log and then roll across it to reach the star. Or well, that's what you're supposed to do, but you can just long jump your way to the star. Overall, this star is okay. It's not memorable and it's a bit too easy. Mystery of the Monkey Cage. 3-star stars. Totally not still confusing whatsoever. Climb to the top of the mountain to find a monkey, then try to grab him. Once you do so, agree to the monkey's offer, and he will open up a cage containing the star you need. Climbing the mountain is fun, but I swear trying to grab this goddamn monkey is one of the most annoying things you have to do in this game. There is another star in this game where you just have to climb the mountain without dealing with any monkey business, which you'll find out later is ranked much higher in this list. Shocking arrow lifts. So you are supposed to use these arrow lifts to reach the yellow block containing the star, but you can very easily just long jump over to get the star. I mean, the usage of arrow blocks is a cool idea, just a shame you can choose this star so easily. 5 itty bitty secrets. Find 5 secrets, basically any openings on the small island, then the star will be revealed. It's not that obvious what you are looking for at first, so this star is a bit of a pain. Treasure of the Ocean Cave. Swim into the cave, find the 4 treasure chests, then open them in a specific order to collect the star. It's not clear what order you need to open the chests in, so it's basically trial and error, which is annoying. Apart from that, it's a nice easy star to get. Underwater chests. It's the same concept as the last star, as it's trial and error to open these chests in the correct order. Once you have got the correct order, you can swim to the star. I'm ranking this star higher than the previous one, as it's a bit more of a challenge, as you also have to be careful not to be sucked into the whirlpool, which makes this star a little more interesting. Plunder in the sunken ship. Go in the ship and try to provoke the eel to come out. I swear this is more difficult to do than it should be. Once it swims out, go into the ship and find 3 chests that have to be opened in a specific order. And yes, it's trial and error again, woohoo! Once you do this, the water in the ship drains, and you can do some platforming, which can be a bit frustrating, to reach the yellow box with the star in it. The concept for this star is pretty good, but this star is honestly more frustrating to get than fun. Shoot to the island in the sky. Jump in a cannon and shoot yourself to the floating floating island. Then once on the island, open the yellow box to get the star. Easy peasy. Mario wings to the sky. Shoot yourself to the floating island again, but this time grab the wing cap and then shoot yourself out of the cannon on the island and fly through the coin rings. I think most people will find this star quite frustrating, but getting to fly around as Wing Cap Mario makes up for it. Blast to the stone pillar. Hop into the cannon, shoot yourself towards the stone pillars and then jump to the star. Decent. Shoot into the wild blue. Use the cannon to shoot at either the pole or one of the columns, then slide down the pole to reach the star. It's an alright star, and it's the last star we will be talking about that involves a cannon. Well, kinda. Blast to the lonely mushroom. So I did not do this star the intended way at all. You are supposed to find the cannon, which is a little bit tricky to find, and then shoot yourself to the star on a mushroom, and if you miss, you are basically dead. Now I instead just yeeted myself off this log to reach the star like the pro gamer I am. Doing this star the intended way can be frustrating since you have to be extremely precise with the cannon. It can get frustrating if you miss lots of your shots and die a lot, but if you do it the way I did, it feels really satisfying if you can do it, and who doesn't love yeeting Mario off a cliff? Wall kicks will work. Here is another star I didn't do the intended way. The intended way is to hop into the cannon and shoot yourself over to this area. Then walk across this thin edge avoiding the enemies, long jump over this gap, and perform some wall jumps or wall kicks to climb up to the star. Now I didn't have to worry about using the cannon or walking across any thin ledges because I did this. I mean, am I a gamer or what? Jokes aside, I think it's still quite fun to get this star if you do it either the intended way or my pro gamer way. Through the jet stream, grab the metal cap, then get to the jet stream with the star in it as Metal Mario quickly. Quite an easy star as you are given plenty of time to get to the jet stream, but it's nice that you get to be Metal Mario for a bit. Collecting the caps. Grab the invisible cap and then swim to the cage with the star in it. Again, it's easy, but it's cool you get to be Invisible Mario. Metal Head Mario can move. Navigate your way to the underground lake and grab the metal cap. Quickly run to the switch to open the door, do a couple of long jumps, and then you have your star. Nice. Quick race through downtown. Go to the downtown area and find the invisible cap. Once you get it, run to the other side of the town and go through the metal cage. Once your invisible cap runs out, you can wall jump up to the star. It's simple, but quite a fun star to get. In the talons of the big bird, climb, well technically walk, up one of the pillars, give the big bird a whack, and then you can collect your star. Another easy star, but it's pretty unique compared to the others. Snowman's big head. Climb up the giant snowman to find the star on its head. It's pretty fun at first, up until you get to this bit where you have to shield yourself behind a penguin from the snowman's breath. Otherwise, you'll get blown off and have to start your climb from the beginning again. Aside from this part of the climb, which can be a little frustrating if you get blown off, it's a cool star that you'll probably remember for its uniqueness. Can the eel come out and play? Provoke the eel to come out of its hole, then swim up behind it to grab the star on its tail. This star was a little tedious to get as the hitboxes for the eel seemed a bit off, so sometimes I would bump into the eel and take a lot of damage when it felt like I didn't bump into it. This led to me having a couple of attempts to get this star, but I got it eventually. Swimming beast in the cavern. Find the underground lake to locate the swimming beast. Swim onto his back and then ground pound on him to make him lower his head. Step on his head so that once his head has risen back up again, you can jump onto the island with the star. The camera here might end up being your enemy when trying to jump onto the island, but besides that, this is one of the more cool creative stars. Express elevator. Hurry up. First, break the block at the bottom of the elevator when the water is at its lowest level. Then, raise the water level and head towards the top of the elevator. Stand on the wooden platform to make it go down, and then you have to leg it down to the bottom and get onto the platform before it starts going up again. If you are quick enough to get on the platform, then the start is all yours once you get back up to the top. The timing here is very strict. I mean, the name of the star even tells you to hurry up. So you might find this star a bit tricky at first, but with patience, you will be rewarded with a star. Pluck the piranha flower. On the huge island, kill the 5 piranhas to get the star. Yeah, that's it. A nice easy star to collect. Secret of the Haunted Books. Go inside the mansion and head towards the library upstairs. Avoid the flying books and make your way to the end of the room, where some books are sticking out on the shelf. Kick the books back into place in a specific order, which is trial and error again, and then a secret door will open, which takes you to the star. Aside from the trial and error part, it's a simple star to get with a cool concept behind it. Stand tall on the 4 pillars. Stand on top of all 4 pillars. The easiest ways to do this is to use Wing Cap Mario and ground pound once you are above the pillar. After that, the top of the pyramid explodes and a new entrance into the pyramid is uncovered. Go into that entrance and you will come across 2 big hands to fight. Defeat them by attacking their eyes, and then the star is yours. It's a bit of a process to get this star, but the hands fight is pretty fun, and you shouldn't have any problems getting on the pillars if you do it the way I did it. Snowman's lost his head. Race the snowball down the mountain so that it can meet up with the snowman's head. You need to make sure you beat the snowball down the mountain though, otherwise the snowball will roll off the cliff and you'll have to go back up to the top of the mountain to try again. If you manage to beat the snowball, it will connect to the snowman's head and then the snowman will give you the star. At its core, this star is essentially just a race down a mountain, and while I don't think it's as good as similar stars, which make you do a race, this is still one of the more enjoyable stars in the game. Alright, now it's time to talk about the rest of the red coin stars. These red coin stars, in my opinion, are pretty fun to collect, and there is a good balance of challenge within these stars as well. Let's blast through these real quick. Red coin stars on the ship afloat. Swim, climb and jump on the ship to find all the 8 red coins here. Tower of the wing cap. Use the wing cap to fly around and get the red coins. You also unlock the wing cap while playing through this secret level, which is a nice bonus. Wing Mario over the rainbow. Same again, use the wing cap to collect the 8 red coins. It's a bit more fun than the last star, as you can use the cannons here to blast yourself to the islands around the level. See all the 8 red coins. Search within the haunted mansion to find all 8 red coins. Wiggler's red coins. On the huge island, head into this crack on the mountain on the cliff, then do some careful, precise platforming to gather the 8 red coins. Vanish cap under the moat. Platform to the 8 red coins, which is a bit of a challenge, but a fun one. You also get the vanish cap after doing this, which is nice. Go to town for red coins. Head into the little town area and then search around to find those pesky 8 red coins. Stop time for red coins. Gather the red coins on the platforms. I would highly recommend stopping time when doing this star. I mean, the hint of the star does tell you to do this, to stop the platforms from rotating. Otherwise, this would be an extremely difficult star to obtain. Also, in case you don't know how to stop time, just enter the clock when the minute hand is at the 12 o'clock position. Happy to help. Cavern of the Metal Cap. Head to the Metal Cap cavern within Hazy Maze Cave and collect the 8 red coins scattered around the cavern. Of course, you can also hit the Metal Cap switch while you are there to unlock Metal Cap Mario. Great. Find the 8 red coins. The first red coin star in this game, which is nice and easy. Red coins on the floating isle. Gather the 8 red coins scattered around the map. 8 coin puzzle with 15 pieces. Gather the 8 red coins on the sliding puzzle. Scary shrooms, red coins. Jump on the mushrooms to gather the first 4 red coins, then platform up the wall with the vines to get the other 4. Coins amassed in a maze. All the red coins are in this maze, where you will have to bust out some wall jumps, triple jumps and long jumps to get them. Bowser in the sky. Collect all 8 red coins as you make your way to meet Bowser. It's a bit of a challenge, but a fun one. Bowser in the dark world. The same as the last star, just make sure you don't miss the red coin behind you at the start. And finally, Bowser in the Fire Sea. It's the same again, where you will collect the red coins while you make your way to Bowser. Again, it's a good challenge and the coins are fun to collect. Secrets in the shallows and sky. Go around the level and find 5 boxes you can push or break. Once you find them, the star will appear at the starting area. A nice star to collect, and you will get to explore the level a fair bit as you find the boxes. Also, you have to change the water level a couple of times to get this star. Get a hand. Climb up a little bit of the clock until you make it to the spinning hand. Then jump on the hand and you'll be taken to the star. It's a short and easy star to get, but a fun one. Top of the town. Platform up to the top of the level and hop onto the wooden beam. Walk across avoiding the amps, then break the box to get the star. A star which has a good balance between it being challenging and fun. Oh, and a quick tip for you. You will find this star much easier if you high jump into the picture, as the water level at the start of this stage depends on how high or low you jump into the picture. This helps massively for getting this star, and for the rest of the stars in this world. Swinging in the breeze. Head towards the south of the level and then platform across the swings to the star. Nothing here makes this star stand out, but it's a nice platforming challenge. Behind Chain Chomp's gate. Make your way to the Chain Chomp, ground pound on the log a couple of times to unleash the big boy. Chain Chomp will then break the cage and you can grab the star. It's simple, but it's unique, and it's one of the stars you will remember. The tip top of the huge island. island. Platform your way to the top of the huge island, where you will find the star in a yellow box. You can choose the star if you want to by doing this, which skips most of the platforming if you want to. Choose it or not, it's still a good star. Board Bowser's sub. Swim to Bowser's submarine and board it to get the star. It's a nice, easy, memorable star. Breathtaking view from bridge. On to the 4 rated stars. We are starting to get to the really good stars now. Head to the top of the mountain, where you will find a switch near the top. Hit the switch, then run to the waterfall, where you must do a precise scary jump to get the star. Good star, but man, that jump you have to make is terrifying. Tricky triangles. Now here is a proper challenge. For this star, you first have to make your way over to these triangles. Then you hit a switch which flips the triangles upside down so you can quickly platform your way to the star before time runs out, making the triangles flip and you slide back down to the beginning. The timing here is so strict, so there is no room for error. And as the name says, it's a tricky star. But once you finally get past those tricky triangles, it feels like an excellent and satisfying star to collect. Shining atop the pyramid. Climb the pyramid where you will find the star. It's a simple concept, but it's pretty unique compared to the other stars, so I like it. Make Wiggler squirm. On Tiny Island, head to the top of the mountain and ground pound on the water to drain it. Then return to the top of the mountain on Huge Island and go down the hole. Once inside, you'll find an angry Wiggler who wants a fight. Jump on him 3 times and then the star will be yours. It's a short and easy star, but I'm ranking this star high up on the list because it's unique and still fun. Elevator tour in the volcano. Jump inside the volcano and then head to the elevator. Ride the elevator to some poles, then climb up the poles, avoiding the fire, and then do a little bit of precise platforming to finally get the star. Overall, a fun star with a good amount of challenge, which was close to being given a 5-star rating. However, there is one more star hidden inside this volcano which is much more fun to collect, which we will talk about later. Navigating the toxic maze. As the title of the star says, navigate through the maze until you find an exit where you will also find your star. This star is a little bit easier if you use Metal Mario, as you won't take damage from the toxic fog, but you don't need to use him if you haven't unlocked him yet. Amazing emergency exit. Very similar to the last star, as you have to navigate the toxic maze again, but this time you have to find a different exit, which will take you to a climbing frame. Then all you have to do is carefully climb towards the star to reach it. And you will probably want to take it slow and not rush this part, as you don't want to fall off and go all the way back to the maze and start again, because that's a massive pain. Good star. Ride Big Boo's merry-go-round. Make your way to the mansion basement and you will find a merry-go-round room. Defeat the boos while avoiding the fire and then you will be rewarded with the star. As you can see, I did this star very quickly since all the boos decided to come out of one painting, but I'm still ranking this star high up on the list because it's unique and a great concept. Oh, and bonus points for the music here, as it's great. Go on a ghost hunt. Explore the mansion to find and defeat the 5 boos. Then head back to the lobby area where Big Boo will appear. Defeat Big Boo to earn your star. A fun star which I really like. Little Penguin Lost. Find the crying penguin at the top of the mountain who has lost its mother. Ah, you poor thing. Pick it up and start your journey down the mountain to find the penguin's mother. Once you have reunited the baby with its mother, the mother will express her thanks and the star will appear. Pick up the baby and drop it off a cliff, then go grab the star you deserve for all your hard work. An excellent star, and this star gets extra bonus points of being super cute, and for allowing you to do this. To the top of the fortress. Make your way to the top of the fortress, avoiding thwomps, piranha plants, and womps. At the very top, you will find one final tower to climb, where the star will be waiting for you. It's not that difficult, but it is one of the early stars in the game, so you wouldn't expect it to be too challenging. I still find this star highly enjoyable, which is why I ranked this star high up on the list. Chip off Womp's block. Climb the fortress again, but this time at the top of the tower, you will find the Womp King, who you have to fight. Ground pound on him 3 times, and he will shatter into pieces, revealing the star. Again, it's really not hard at all, but it's one of the more fun and enjoyable stars, so it's ranked high up on the list. Inside the Ancient's Pyramid. Make your way to the pyramid and head inside. Then climb up to the top, avoiding the obstacles and traps, and once you reach the top, you can grab the star. It's a good challenge, a good concept, and it's very fun. Another great star. Boil the Bully. Make your way over to the big bully and knock him into the lava to reveal the star. It's a simple concept, but it's fun and very satisfying when you are able to knock the bully into the lava. Chill with the bully. It's the same concept again, but this time you are fighting on ice, making everything more slippy, and you have to knock the bully into freezing water. Even though it's a reused concept, it's still a pretty fun star. Bully the bullies. It's the same concept again, but remove the ice and add more bullies. You have to fight 3 smaller bullies first, then fight a big big bully, and then you will get your star. I'm ranking this star the highest one of the bully stars because in my opinion, this is the most challenging and fun one for me. Roll into the cage. Climb up the clock to the cage where you will find the star. I know this star isn't too tricky, especially if you enter the clock when the hands are on the 12, but I still find it a fun star, and it's a good warm up for the rest of the stars to come on this world. The pit and the pendulums. Climb up the clock a little further than before up to these pendulums where you will see the star. Carefully make your way past the pendulums to reach the star and grab it. It's a little bit more of a challenge than the last star, making it just that little bit more fun as well. Timed jumps on moving bars. Climb up the clock even further to these moving bars. You then have to time your jumps well so you can platform up to the top of these bars where you will find the star. Again, it's a little bit more of a challenge, making it just that little bit more fun than the previous star. Foot race with Cooper the Quick. Talk to Cooper the Quick and he will ask you if you want to race him up the mountain. Accept his request, then run up the mountain as fast as you can. You will find out that once you reach the top of the mountain that Cooper the Quick ain't so quick, and he will reward you with a star for beating him. Even though this race is pretty easy, it's still a fun and memorable star. Rematch with Cooper the Quick. It's another race as Cooper the Quick wants a rematch. Race around the side of the mountain avoiding the iron balls, and you have to be speedy as Cooper the Quick is much faster this time. Get to the flag first and Cooper the Quick will reward you with another star. This is a shorter race than the last one, but it's slightly more of a challenge, so it feels more rewarding once you get this star, which is why this star is ranked higher. Big Bob-omb on the summit. Finally, we have made it to the 5 rated stars, the best stars in the game. This star is a special one, as it's the first star you will ever get in this game. Make your way up the mountain where you will find King Bob-omb. He will challenge you to a fight, and all you got to do is run up behind him, grab him, and throw him 3 times and then the star will be yours. It's the first star in the game, making it super memorable, and it feels like a great star to collect. Hot foot it into the volcano. Remember how I said earlier that there was another star in the volcano? Well, this is that star. Jump inside the volcano and start climbing the spiral path whilst avoiding falling walls, bullies and fire. Oh, and try not to fall off on this platform section or when climbing the poles. Once you get to the top of the path, you will find your star. It's a great challenge that's really fun, so it's a star well deserving of being scored a 5-star rating. The big house in the sky. Ride the magic carpets to the roof of the big house where the star is located. You will have to avoid obstacles such as the glass, which the carpet can phase through, and fire from the fireplace within the house. It's one of the last stars you will probably get, and it's one of my favourite ones, along with the other stars you need to use the magic carpets for, which I'm about to talk about. Cruiser crossing the rainbow. This time, ride the magic carpets up to the flying cruise ship, whilst jumping and hopping over any blocks in your way. You will also have to avoid spinning platforms and blue flamethrowers. Once you make it to the ship, run to the other side of it whilst pushing against the wind to get the star. Really fun star, which I ranked higher than the last star because I slightly prefer this carpet ride over the other one. Somewhere over the rainbow. This one is very similar to the last star as you have to take the magic carpets up to the cruise ship again. However, you're not quite yet done once you get to the cruise ship. Hop into the cannon on the ship and blast yourself through the rainbow hoop to the star. I love doing this, it feels really cool. I know this is technically just the same as the previous star with an extra bit added on to the end, but it's still fun to shoot yourself through the rainbow hoop with the cannon. Mysterious mountainside. Climb up the mountain till you find this part of the wall which you can jump into. This will take you to a slide. Finally, I get to talk about the stars with slides in them. These are some of my favourite stars within the game, and these slides are just so fun. As for the mountain slide, I think it's the hardest slide in the game. You will have to switch paths a couple of times, and there are lots of tight corners to go around, but once you get to the bottom, you will be rewarded with your star. My only criticism with this star is that it is a bit hard to find this slide in the first place, if you don't know where to look. I know the star name gives you a hint, but I struggled a bit to find the star on my first playthrough of this game. But once you find this slide, this star becomes a pure joy to collect. Slip sliding away. Climb on top of the house into the chimney to find the ice slide. Your goal is simply to make it to the bottom of the slide to make the star appear. Since the slide is icy, it will be a little slippy, but you can take this cool shortcut if you go through this part of the wall. This shortcut takes you through a secret tunnel, which takes you to the bottom of the slide a lot quicker, and you'll find some extra 1-ups along the way. Overall, cool slide with a really fun fun shortcut to take. Big Penguin Race. You have to go down the ice slide again, but this time you must race the big penguin down it. You're also banned from taking the shortcut, so you will have to go the intended way down the slide, which makes this star a little bit more tricky because of how slippy the slide is. This penguin is pretty fast, so you'll have to make sure you maintain some good speed to beat this penguin. It's a tight race that's really fun. The Princess's Secret Slide. Find the secret slide within the castle. Go down it where the star will be waiting. Although this is the most simple slide in the game, it's actually my favourite one. I may be a bit biased here, but I think this slide star is my favourite one because this was the first slide star and secret star I found within the game on my first playthrough. Discovering this secret star within the game at the time filled me with joy, and it's one of the many great memories I have from this game. The Princess's Secret Slide Return. Go down the secret slide again, but this time you have to make it down to the bottom within 21 seconds, so you better maintain top speed if you want to make it in time. It's not too hard, but the time pressure makes you feel more tense when getting this star, so it feels just a little bit better when you are able to get this star. Scale up the mountain. Climb up the top of the mountain without falling off whilst dealing with the boulders, a rotating log, narrow paths and enemies. Once you make it to the top, you can grab the star. I mentioned earlier that there was a star where you would have to climb this mountain and then you would have to try and grab this annoying god-awful monkey. Well, this is that star, but without the monkey, making this star a million times better. It's a really fun climb up the mountain, and there's a great variety of stuff to see on your climb to the top, such as the giant mushrooms, the ivy wall, a waterfall and more. An excellent star within this game. And now, finally, we made it to the best star in Super Mario 64, which is Stomp on the Thwomp. This, in my opinion, is the most fun star to collect within Mario 64. To get this star, you have to climb the clock all the way up to the very top where the Thwomp is, and let me tell you, this is not easy. You will have to avoid swinging pendulums, run on conveyor belts, time your jumps perfectly on rotating platforms, and avoid enemies. Oh, and you have to be careful not to fall to your death. It's pretty difficult as you will be under pressure and doing lots of precise, tense, tricky platforming. You don't want to mistime a jump near the top of the clock, resulting in you falling all the way back down to the bottom. I know there are also other stars which involve you climbing up this clock, which are ranked a fair bit lower than this star, but those stars never take you more than halfway up the clock. Those previous stars essentially feel like a warm-up for the real challenge, which is this star. Love this star, and it's my favourite in Super Mario 64. Phew, that's all the stars ranked. So let's quickly use the 1 to 5 star ratings to work out which world has the best stars in them. From my ratings, Rainbow Ride has the best stars to collect within its world, followed by Tall Tall Mountain and Tick Tock Clock. Interesting how these are all worlds that you come across near the end of the game. I think these worlds ranked the highest because they can have more challenging stars with them since they come later in the game, and I do like a good challenge. Dire Dire Docks and Snowman's Land have the worst stars to collect within their worlds. Dire Dire Docks doesn't really have any fun or unique stars within this world, so I can understand why that's ranked at the bottom. Snowman's Land, however, I was actually quite surprised about, as that world has a good handful of unique stars. I just think the execution of those ideas for the stars could have been done much better, which is probably why this world ranked near the bottom. Finally, I did the maths to work out an average score for all the stars in this game, and that score came to 2.99, which I've rounded up to 3. I would say for the first 3D Mario game, that's a pretty good score. There are some stinky stars in this game, but most are pretty good, and the best stars within this game are just a joy to collect. I plan on eventually ranking every shine in Mario Sunshine and every star in the Mario Galaxy games. We can use this score from Mario 64 to compare the quality of the main collectibles in those games, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those videos on the channel, and let me know in the comments what your favourite star is in Mario 64. Do you agree with my list of rankings? Is the list scuffed? Let me know. And if you want to know how I ranked every track in Super Mario Kart on the SNES, then click on this video right here.